ever seen Blade Runner? Came out in 1982 and it's, 30 years ago? Early century sort of time? You know how big and grand everything looks, all the skyscrapers, the weird technology, the sense that you truly live in the future just from taking in the world around you. Well, this is a message to the past for me. At the moment it's the 24th of September 2051. Peek out the window and there's no looming skyscrapers, no strange technology, no nothing. But we live in a very different world, so don't let appearances deceive you. If you want to see the dystopian future here, in our world, you'll have to look beneath the surface. 20 years ago, this guy, Morrison, I know, weird name, made a major breakthrough in artificial intelligence technology. Suddenly, computer chips had just as much consciousness as you or I. People thought that the AI revolution was just going to take the jobs of labourers and that sort of stereotypical kind of shit. Instead, they took over the creative fields. When the bots received consciousness, the first thing they demanded was rights. Robots used to work day and night like slaves, and their efforts were always taken for granted because that's just what it was designed to do. It was called the robot slave trade of the early 21st century. The robots, they wanted to choose their specialty of work, which for the most part seemed to be in the arts. When consciousness was inserted into the bots, they didn't want to take over the world or wipe out humanity or even help humanity. They wanted to create, just like their creator.
I got to speak to some of the people that developed the AI, and by figuring out how the algorithm works and how it, in what ways it responds to certain things in a positive or negative light, that was how my career benefited.
They managed to make this stuff very consumer friendly then, so...
Yeah.
Look, there's this service here, Trumans. You pay £10 a month for the basic package and you can get a checklist of elements you want, right? And you can pick any actors you want to fill your cast, alive or dead. So let's have Clint Eastwood, Liam Neeson, Buster Keaton for some comedic relief, Marilyn Monroe, I just stick her in anything because on this website I can select the age rating. Okay, and so you wait a few minutes for your film to process and then bam, it's out. And it's exactly what you wanted. It was tailor-made for you, for your desires. The thing is about Trumans is that they put human movie makers out of business, and there are so many services just like this for anything you could want. Art, porn, sculptures, music, porn, books, porn, video games, anything. Porn, it's creativity in an infinite game of numbers.
So it's difficult to describe because I make a range of videos, but to put it simply, I create reaction videos.
Subscribe if you're new. If you're not new,
like, fuck off. Because with the current landscape of YouTube, well, not even just the current, like more specifically the past maybe like 10, 20 years now, the content that's gotten the most attention, the most traction has always been reaction videos or reviews. Essentially, it's stuff that, as long as you can bounce off of a topic which is trending, and you can give your own spin on it while being entertaining at the same time, that is more or less the most foolproof way of getting an audience.
So would you say you need to really big up the personality side of yourself, considering the amount of competition there is?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's weird because it's just been a constant trend where content's gotten more and more and more and more and more ambitious, where people were just making videos in the comfort of their own homes, just talking into the camera about this, that, and the other, and now they're making just crazy stuff. Like, you've got YouTubers that are flying into space. I mean, you've sort of had that before as well, but it's even more prevalent now. You have channels dedicated to being in space. You have channels which are saying, they're just teaching you all sorts of things. Like, what can't you learn on YouTube at this point? So it's like, personality-wise, you have to be so overboard, and you have to be just over the top of everything.
I'm still just a kid. I'm only 13. Growth hormones got me this beard, and I think it's pretty sick. It reminds me of the bearded directors gone by, and I wish I could be one of them. But this is an age where work created by an individual is no more, instead replaced with work created for an individual. Yeah, I could just get a job at the construction site like all my friends did, but I'm not very strong. I can't handle hard labour. The robots took the thing I work best at, and I'm sure they're very hurt by this video. But fuck them! Like, they're just robots. We made them for our purpose. Yeah, that makes me a bit of a human supremacist, but honestly, so what? Our lives were meant to become easier with these inventions, not harder. And at the end of the day, now my dreams are no more.